What's up, y'all? I'm back with another video. So I wanted to come on here this morning and talk about a YouTube video that I watched um, from a man that I follow. Real heavy because some of the topics that he talk about is very interesting, and some that I don't agree with. Like everybody else. But the title of the video was "Nobody Wants to Work Anymore. Crime is the New Hustle." And it just intrigued me to talk about it because, when I was watching the video, it really hit some stuff that stood out to me, man. Um, Basically, in the video, um, he was talking about that nobody wants to, you know, be prideful of what they're doing as far as going to work, and because they're out in the streets, more crime is going to happen. And at one point, I used to think that, and I still think that crime may still happen if you don't work. But what I have a pushback on is, um, even while you're working, people still commit crimes. So even when you don't have a job, even when you do have a job, you still commit the crime. It's just that you're more strategic in committing the crime when you're working, because you don't have that much time to go commit the crime. But when you have time, when you off of work or whatever, you can still gonna do what you do. I mean, and so it just you having a job doesn't stop crime. Crime is gonna be crime no matter what it is. And so you know, that's the kind of pushback I have with that. Because he's one of those people like a lot of other people on this planet who thinks that you know working for a paycheck, it's it's accomplishment, right? And this guy, he don't have a regular job. He has a trade job, right? And all those trade jobs, you don't necessarily get let go, right? You have work, but your work is not consistent, unless you're through the union. And even through the union, you work, the type of trade jobs is this. The job that I used to work at, that I showed y'all in my thank you video of me having my hard hat on my vest. We used to work. I mean, the job would be like this. Whatever job that we have, because everything's by contract. The job would be like a month or two, and we will work 7 days in a row, no days off until the job is done. And because we'll work 7 days until the job is done, we had off days. And so we worked 10-hour shifts. And because we worked 10-hour shifts, it was very taxing on the body. We made some good, decent money, but it was very taxing on our body. And, even when we got out of work, we didn't have that much time to do anything. But believe it or not, a lot of those people that I used to work with, because it was different companies that came together to do the project that we were doing, these dudes still committed crimes, even when they was tired. And, it wild, because I'm like, damn, you work 10-hour days, and, we don't have that much time to do what we need to do before we go back to work the next day, because we had to be to work at 6:30 in the morning, because our shift was 6:30 to 4. And, man, these dudes still found a way to commit a crime, even while working. And that shit bugged me a lot, because I'm like, damn, dude, you too tired to even commit a crime. You know what I mean? But, it just goes to show you that, regarding that guy's video, that, basically not having a job is a new crime. I mean, it's a new hustle, is committing crime. That don't mean anything. You know what I'm saying? You can commit a crime whether you work or whether you don't work. I think, in my humble opinion, is that it depends on the individual, right? For the individual, they have to have that desire to not want to commit crime, right? If you got a desire to commit crime, you're going to commit crime regardless, you know? And committing crime has nothing to do with money in most cases. Sometimes people just have a jealous, bitter-ass heart, and they want to commit crimes because they don't like that person or individuals. You know what I'm saying? And so, yeah. And so it was just interesting, you know, that he was talking about this in the video, you know, because he's very prideful. He's one of those dudes who's from the South who's all about hard work, and you know, hard work, you know, gives him a benefit to make him feel like he accomplished something in life when you worked, right? And this is coming from a person who used to be in that type of field. I mean, you know what I'm saying, who worked a lot, you know what I'm saying? Like, it's not something I'm just talking about that I don't have a clue about. You know, I used to be in this. So, you know, it's just crazy, man. And until I figured it out, I'm like, damn, man. It you know, it just depends on the individual, you know what I'm saying? I mean, and I'm not knocking the guy, because the guy, he's where he's at, and he's doing whatever his mindset is where he's going to go as far as him having what he has, right? But even in this particular juncture, right, me working and me having what I had, I still thought the way I thought. It didn't change anything. But yeah, it just I was just prone to want to make this video because it stood out to me. I'm like, damn, you know, I read the title and then I looked at the video. I'm like, damn, he was like, nobody wants to work anymore, and crime is the new hustle. I'm like, damn, crime is the new hustle. That's crazy, you know. And you know, for me, I can't speak for everybody, but I don't have a job. I'm not out here committing no crimes. So, just speaking on my behalf, like, that's already a pushback, because, you know, I don't have a job, and I'm not committing no crime, man. I'm not desperate to do things to people, because I don't want to hurt people, you know, because you can hurt people in multiple ways, whether you hurt them. I see. I was saying is that, you know, that stood out to me because, you know, of what he said in the video. But again, me, I don't have a job, and I don't, you know, I'm not hurting anybody. And you know, you hurt people in multiple ways. And for me, you know, I'm not hurting people the physical way, you know, and because I think that's what it comes down to, is hurting people the physical way. And so I'm good. And even if I was in a different situation than what I am, which it may or may not happen to me, it hasn't happened to me yet, but when it does happen to me, I'm not going to have a desire to hurt people, because, for one, it's not in my body to hurt you. You know, you got to physically try to hurt me in order for me to hurt you. You know, and if you try to hurt me and I hurt you, you're not going to make it. You know what I'm saying? So, yeah, man. Yeah, I just want to touch on that, and just talk about what he was saying in the video just a little bit, because, you know, he was just saying, I mean, he said way more in the video, but I don't want to dive deep into it, you know. But I just wanted to talk about this and just have a little pushback on it, because, you know, everybody that doesn't have a job doesn't commit crimes, but, you know, maybe in his area that's what he sees, and because people don't want to do that, he was prone to talk about it. So. Yeah, I'll come back later on with another video. You see what's on top of on my brain to talk about, because I always got a lot of stuff swimming through my head to discuss. Leave me some comments down in the comment section, and let me know about this video, and if you agree with me, if you don't agree with me, you know, let's talk about it. I want to be able to have a discussion with you guys. And so yeah, that's it. Hit the like button, hit the subscribe button, hit the push notification so you won't ever miss a video whenever I drop it. And until the next video, I'll see y'all guys later.